Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Christmas in July and I have been making some Christmassy things. And today we are going to make this really cute fun fold Christmas card. I just happened to be out in the garage putting some stuff away. I've been trying to clean my stash. And I found a tub with extra Christmas stuff that didn't fit in my regular hoard. So I was like, you know what? It's time to use this. Get rid of it. So in there I had Simple Stories, Simple Vintage Rustic Christmas 6x8 paper pad. And that's what I used for this. So this is what we're going to make today. And let me see here. Move this out of the way. This is for a different card. So I am using for the base craft paper. It is a nice thick craft paper from Hobby Lobby. I love this paper. And this is some very vanilla from Stampin' Up! That I have. And then I've got, we're going to be using Simple Stories Bits and Pieces, Simple Vintage Rustic Christmas, the little cut-a-pods. And then I thought, just last minute, we would decorate the outside of the envelope too. So I've got a very vanilla Stampin' Up! Envelope. I like their envelopes. I also like Hobby Lobby's, or not Hobby Lobby, sorry, Michael's. Michael also has this thick craft in envelopes. I just happen to be out at the moment. But the very vanilla goes really well too. So we'll figure out which one of these we want to use when it comes time. So let's cut our paper down, shall we? We are going to start with the, oh, hello, Heather. Have a brain fart. The craft. Oh, get my cutter. Okay. So we're going to go, is it 5.5 or 5 1/4? Oh, my goodness gracious. I knew I should have wrote it down. I did, but just, that one. 5.5, okay. It's 5.5. Can you see? By 4 1/4, that's your standard card base size. So we're going to go with 5.5. We're going to cut on the, I don't know if you're, we're going to cut on the long side. That's 11 inches, so 5.5 is the middle point. So out of one piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock, you're going to get 4 of these card bases because we are not folding it over. It's just a flat card base. So let's go ahead. I'm just going to cut all these down because I'm going to use them for other cards I'm going to make. So, okay, so here's our card base. I think I need to change this plate again. Good grief. Guess I've been crafting a bit, huh? All right, let's do the DSP. Let's pick the paper. Here it is. And that measures, this is what happens when you don't have your notes with you, 6 by 5 1/4. So this is, you have to be very aware of your pattern. So the pattern goes this way. So this is, I want it to be 6 inches this way. And this is already 6 inches. So I'm going to turn it this way to cut the 5 1/4. Okay, so 5, and sorry if I'm out of screen, you guys. I keep forgetting it doesn't do the whole desk. 5 1/4. Okay, we're going to keep this because this is actually going to go on our envelope. So we're going to, maybe. Got my bone folder. So we're going to turn this over. No, we're not. We're going to turn it this way. So here is the print, the way you want it on your card, okay? Turn it upside down and score at 2 inches. Now, why this way? Because paper fibers, especially with this pad of paper, I've noticed, tend to break. So you score it like this and then fold it. And I've noticed when they break, it's usually on the inside. Not that it's a big deal. You really don't notice it. We're going to ink it anyway. So do you see our card coming together? Isn't it pretty? Now, do you see the, I don't know if you guys can see the rough edge. I need to cut that off because I need apparently to change my blade again. When I made the other card yesterday, it was not a problem. So you just, shoom. I don't want to waste my supplies. Yeah. Any little flyaways? Done. Okay. Nope. Now for a second, I need to cut a piece of Very Vanilla. You know what, too, you guys? The Very Vanilla is 5 1/4 by 2, I believe. Let me double check. 5 1/4. Right, it's 5 1/4 by 1 7/8. So let's do 1 7/8 this way. So your shorter side at the top. 1 7/8. You know what else I'm going to do, guys? I'm going to cut again for the other cards. 1 7/8. And no, I'm not changing my blade yet. I have to go find my blades, okay? And then this is 5 1/4. It didn't work the way I wanted it to. I think I did it the wrong way, but oh well, who cares? I've got extra paper still left. That's why I have extra paper still left. Okay, so do this. There we go. Save these. You can use these on to stamp on and use them on other cards. Oh, my blade just fell off my cutter when I sat it down. So I'm going to go with that is my sign to definitely change it when we're done here. I'm not cutting the paper. I'm only cutting the little flyaways off. Might as well do this one too while I got my scissors out, right? There we go. I missed this corner. How did I miss the corner? Okay. There we go. Okay. So now this is going to go right inside here. And this is where you're going to write whatever you need to. There's just a little bit off. Is it? No. It's fine. But see, this flap covers it. I am also, you guys, trying some new adhesive. It is from scrapbook.com. I just started using it yesterday, and so far I like it. I will let you know if I continue to like it in a month or so. But so far, so good. Now, I hold it up like this, and I scoot that right up against there, like that. So see, it closes nice and flat. Now, I forgot that I used the rest of that vanilla satiny ribbon, so I'm gonna have to go get something real quick, you guys. You know, would it be a tutorial from Heather if I didn't forget something and have to get up? Okay, so here's the rustic bits and pieces. I already picked them out yesterday when I was doing the other card, and here's how I went back and forth between some stuff, and I'm like, you know what, this would make another card. So here's the pieces we're going to use today. Came from here. Now let me go grab some other ribbon. Be right back. Good grief. Okie dokie. Huh. Well, cream ribbon. Alright, let me grab seam binding. So sorry, guys. You know I'm not going to edit this out because, well, I don't edit my videos. I go straight through. Okay. Got the seam binding tub. Let me see. Don't anybody go up. Just don't go. So, I have an addiction to Aran seam binding. It's very pretty and I just like it all. So let me see. You know what I can do. And I got greens. Let's see. Ooh, that's kind of cool green. Although that's more of an olive, isn't it? How about this one? Nope. What about... Nope. Really? Out of all this? Nope. All right, where's the cream? Where's my cream? That's a maybe. Oh. Nope. Nope. And I have no gray. Well, that's a little weird. Okay. I think we're gonna... Oh, I do have gray. No, definitely not. Okay. So I obviously don't need any seam binding. Maybe I should start some seam binding swaps so I can get rid of some of mine. See, I used to have it all out in this really pretty basket over in my Kallax unit. And then I got more than the basket would hold, and, you know, it just went from there. All right, where's my ends? I try to keep it in the little wrapper, but screw it. We don't need our tutorial because Heather can't find the beginning of her seam binding. Oh, there we go. Okay. Get my fabrics, my ribbon scissors. Now when I tie mine, even when I'm making a bow, I tie a knot first and then the bow over it. Okay. It just makes it easier, you guys, for me to work with it so it doesn't keep coming undone. There we go. Oh, nope, nope, nope. Let's get you fluffed out a little bit more. I want you wider, sir. Wider. In the world is going on here? How did I do that? There we go. Okay. Now let's tie our bow. Turn you upside down so I have the big end over here. Yep, talking to myself. Actually, I'm talking to you guys too, but I want a smaller bow. Okay, ready? And that's cute. Okay, now let's just put you back. Ha! Sure. There we go. But this time, I like to keep it in here because on the back side, it has what the color is. So there have been times when I've worked on a project, I've used a bunch of seam binding, and I have run out, and then I'm always like, crap, which color was that? And thank God for Aran, they're labeled. There we go. I left my end out. Smart lady now. Okay. Okay. So I know I want this to go in here. That's going to be easy. So I'm just laying them out to see how they're going to look. You get more in the middle, please. Thank you. I put the heart at the top this time. What do you guys think? Here's the one I made yesterday. Or should we stick with the original? You know, we'll stick with the original just so it's the same. Okay, I'll leave that out. Okay, so you know I'm all about distressing. Whoa. So, vintage photo. And here we go. Just this easy. This has kind of got a little bit of an antique-y, darker look, so I want that. And I don't know, I just like it, you guys. I've always liked it. You know, if I can, I will use my vintage photo in distress. This is white and green, or is that white and gray? I can't tell. But either way, I think it's white and gray. It could be a deep olive that's not. Nope, it's gray. We're going with gray. But just by doing this, it just kind of changes it a little bit and softens it, I think. All right, so sit you back over here. All right. Let's get you up. Right down the middle. Right here at the top onto the seam binding. We're going to put some right here. Oh, I'm not, because that's going to come off the edge. Let's just roll that right off that edge right there. Okay. Which way do I want to go? This way. And then I'm just going to put some, minus the door hair. Thanks for your contribution to the card, honey. Okay. There we go. Oh, forgot to ink this one. That's no bueno. Sometimes I'll just kind of run it over the top too, like this. Okay. There we go. A little bit down here. And there we go. Now it's time to put your adhesive on the back. I did not antique this one, but you know what? I'm gonna. Because I can. I didn't in the first one, but let's just see if it makes a difference, shall we? Oh, excuse me, my tummy is hungry, I guess. Oh, you guys didn't hear that. Okay. Nope, too far down. All right. Listen up, Bubba. There we go. I think we're gonna put that down just a little bit. There we go. All right, you guys, so here's today's and here's yesterday's. Same layout. I think I'm gonna put you down too. I like the other one down. There we go. Okay, same layout. I can kind of see the difference with this being antique, but will anybody else notice? Probably not. But, you know what we are going to do? We're going to finish this off with, remember that strip I told you to keep? Which way do you think we should go, guys? This side or this side? I kind of like this side. Yeah. Okay. Now, I use both wet and dry adhesive on here. And you guys might think it's overkill, and that's fine, but I want it to stay on it in the mail. So, we're going to use that tape runner. And then we're going to use our Tombow mono liquid adhesive, but it is the clear. Okay, so you open your card flap, so and your envelope is flat. We're going to center this on where we want it. I want to make sure that poinsettia is on there. So here we go. Get this all down there. And this is where we're going to trim, and we're going to trim along here. So here's my skithers. You know, let's do it this way first. This is straight. It's easy. Just make sure you only go up against it. You do not cut the top of the envelope like Heather has done in the past. It is not fun to figure that out after the fact. Did I still use it? Absolutely. It's only a little bit of the top, so. Okay, so there's that. Get this all pressed here. This little strip, can I use it for anything? I don't know. Will I save it? I'm going to save it for 24 hours. If I don't use it by tomorrow evening, it's history. That's how I'm going to... That is how I'm going to get rid of all my scrappy clutter. So, although if I have enough of those, I could make a card using those. You're getting out of here, though. There we go. Guess what? I am going to distress ink it. I wasn't going to, but I'm going to now. So, just because I can. I like it. I really, really like it. I'm distress ink more of my envelopes. For sure. So, here's our card, and here's our envelope. We're going to make sure it fits, because, you know, I know it does, but just to show you it does. Just got to be careful putting it in. This gets caught at the top, so there we go. Found another flyaway. There we go. That's gonna be sweet. Now that does have a nubby. I call it a nubby from this. So you might want to put an additional. For me personally, when I mail it, I'm gonna put an additional piece of cardstock over it, probably white, just because white's cheaper. And I've got a bunch of it already pre-cut for envelopes like this. And then I will put over and I will use a. You know, so it doesn't go through the machine. The butterfly stamps. So it makes it non-machinable and that, so. I really like this. This is really cute, you guys. You want to make another one? I mean, we've got some of the stuff already cut. Let's do it. Why not? Oh, you forgot. Do we want to use any of this on the front? Yeah, we do. I'm going to do the whole back of the card too. You ready? Just lay that washi down so it's even across the front. Fingers on the back. Now, I'm going to put some of this down. Just watch. we go. Come out across the back. Let's cut that. Let's see how far that goes. Yep, perfect. I'm going to take some more and I'm going to put it right here on the end of this. Now, you're saying, isn't washi already sticky? Well, this is from last year, and the washi's a little Washi gets after a while. So, all I do is put a little bit at the ends, and it does not come off. Even if this starts to loosen, it will not come off because it's sealed in the back. That's cute. I like that. It's a little bit much in the back, but I'm okay with that. There we go. All right, let's do another one. I mean, got it all cut, right? So, you know, we cut the extras, so here we go. Let's choose a different pattern. I had these already torn out. That's a lot. Those birds, oh, those penguins, yeah, this is oh, you guys, that's pretty. What do you say, this way? Or this way? I think I like Santa over the poinsettias. What do you think? Okay, so before we go any farther, yep, no, we'll pick them out together. All right, so where did I put my cutter? Oh, okay, but where's my... I found it. Okay. Sorry, didn't mean to move the camera. I had to find the little blade. Okay. So, remember, this has a direction. We want to keep it this way. So we know it's 6 across. So we need to turn it this way and do 5 1/4. And I don't know if you guys, which way you guys can see, so we'll do it this way. So 5 1/4. Okay. Okay. We're going to save this to use on our envelope. And I'm going to cut my fuzzies off real quick, you know, because I have to. It drives me nuts. I don't think anybody else would really notice this, but me maybe. But I can see them. I know they're there, and yeah. Oops. You know what else I forgot? We have to turn it upside down and score it 2 inches. Okay. I would use my paper trimmer, but I'm being absolutely lazy and not walking over, so there we go. Okay. Fold this. It still has fuzzies. What the heck? And that's not straight. Oh, that's straight. Listen, fuzzlets. That's a new crafting term, by the way, guys. Fuzzlets. The little fuzzy things when your blade needs to be replaced and you cut it. Fuzzlets. Okay. Remember, we pre-cut this one the last time. We cut an extra one, so that is all ready to go. Let's add that. Although, should we do cream or should we do white? You know what? We're using cream because, ladies and gentlemen, we'll fudge a duck. Santa's white. Oh, okay, I'm sticking him here. I'll make another card with you after I get done. Video. Well, no, I want white. It's going to look better. Be right back. Door up. Good girl. Thank you, baby. Pooh. I said it. Pooh. Pooh, pooh, pee-doo. Okay. So 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. So this is just a piece of white cardstock that I grabbed that I think might be Stampin' Up! Base. I don't know. Huh. Would you like to take a guess at what just happened? And I can't get it because it just rolled behind my desk. Okie dokie. Okay. So it's 1 7/8. Come on. By 5 1/4. Make sure. Saving this piece so I can stamp on it later. Look how nice and crisp and clean that is. Definitely need a new blade than the other one. Okay. I am not going to antique this one because of the crispy, cleany white, but it would have been cool if I'd had a darker green, maybe. I don't know. That's fine just the way it is. All right. I'm going to put this one onto the cream cardstock. I mean, the craft cardstock. Before I put the other stuff on, just to see if it's any easier. Oh, it's a lot easier. Was it that hard before? No. But it's just a little bit easier to get the adhesive on. Okay, where did I get extra adhesive somewhere? Oh, right there. There we go. Okay. All right, let's dump this out and see what we're going to use. We don't have to use lace, ribbon, seam binding, whatever. We can just do whatever. That's so pretty. I kind of like the joy. I could go down there. I like peace on earth. And the heart, because it goes with the gray and the Santa. Oh, Christmas spirit. That's kind of cool. Okay, well, that's a maybe. Peace and joy. Well, that's kind of cool. You could do it lower and put a bow. Maybe. Merry Christmas. No. Look, you guys. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, 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 ho. Dear Santa. Let's keep going. About. Might change that joy out. No. 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 Pretty, but no. 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 No, no. 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 Oh, wait. No. Very bright, melted love, hope for Christmas. Nope. Okay, so I'm liking these. I'm liking these. Okay. All right. Let's get out the seam binding because I feel the need. I'm thinking the white's going to be the way to go, but we're going to check some reds here. Nope. Oh, absolutely not. Ooh. No. Let's look for some greens. Nope, those are too light. No. I need a dark fur green. Don't I have a dark fur green? Nope. Nope, too blue. Out of all the seam binding, I don't have a dark green. Well, hoobly boobly, guys. Nope. Well, that's kind of cool. That one does not have the color on its face. So do we want to go green on green? Or do we want to go white? What do you think? I like the white because it ties that in, but I kind of like the green too. Nope, we're going with the white. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put down our little ticket because let's just finish the inside off and be done. All right, so now I can just pull this out and tie it on because, you know, I left that little string out earlier. Okay. Let's get you situated this time. You know what I'm going to do? Just in the middle a little bit. There we go. Take that. Okay. I'm okay with this kind of just looking a little crinkly there. Okay. Just get the knot going. Get the knot going. There we go. There we go. Just a little loose crinkling. Oh, maybe we'll just leave the little knot. Put that over the knot. Nope, I want the bow. I just think the bow is just adorable. I think it kind of just adds to the oomph of it. I really hope I haven't been out of camp this whole time. That would suck. Would you please? There, thank you. All right, let's see. I want you to be just a little longer. And I want you to be just a little longer. Okay. So here we go. You know, we may not need that heart. Okay. You know what else? We're going to put some here also to do that. There we go. Actually, I lied. Where's my powder? That's just seriously rude. I'm going to pop it up instead. Okay, let me detackify it. Okay. I'm just going to put one here. Slide you back a little bit. Oh, I should do the other side too before I put that down. Yeah, maybe. Uh-oh. Oh, there's Dear Santa. All right. So we want to put the adhesive to the T. To the T, that's funny. Okay. There we go. We could always put the little heart up here. But yeah, honestly, I don't think it needs it. So there we go. So there's another one. There we go. That's just so cute. I love the little Santas and the little... Is it an angel? No, it's just a little boy. So cute. So cute. All right, guys. So that is it. Oh, wait. Do we want to decorate the envelope for this one, too? Where's our little strip? Which one do you think? Let me grab an envelope. You know what? From now on, we're going to make a drinking game out of this. And it's going to be, every time I get up to go get something, y'all have to take a drink, whatever you're drinking. Whether that be water, tea, chocolate milk, margarita, whatever. Oops. Y'all got to drink. Okay, so do we want to use the Santa side, or do we want to use this side? I kind of like this side better. I just like the poinsettias. I think they're pretty. I'm going to trim off a little bit of this because I don't want to deal with the flyaways. There we go. You're out of there. Moshe. Okay. Now let's get our adhesive going. To the top. Oops. I didn't pay attention where I was putting that, did I? Okay. Our wet glue. Make sure that's all off the side. Yep. Okay. Don't touch the adhesive, Heather. Okay, Mr. Wet Glue. So much for putting my adhesive away while I was doing it. That was a pain. Okay. Haha, I didn't even need to trim it. Oh well. There we go. Okay. Get the skizzers. These envelopes are self-sealing, and I got them on Amazon. There you go. Okay, just do a little corner around here. Okay. This side, it's going to be easier for me just to do this. And corner around first. So we'll just do that. And be done. Should have put, I don't think I'm going to put washi on this one. I'm just going to leave it as is. And we're going to just slide it in to make sure it does fit. Because, you know, I have a lot of people say, do they really fit in the envelope? Yeah, they do. See? Let's seal it. And if you wanted to, you could put something, you could use one of your die cuts on the front. Glue it down. That's adorable. So cute. Or you could do it on the back. Just seal it. That's cute too. All right, guys. Thanks for sticking around today for this Christmas in July card. I don't know where my other one went, or I sit it out too, because, you know, I've sat it off to the side and, oh, there it is. Ooh. So here are the 2 cards we made. Get the envelope out of the way. And here is the one that I started with. So, my lovely ladies and gentlemen, thank you for sticking around. And I hope you guys have a great day. We will do another Christmas in July card in the next video. Until then, guys, see ya!